Welcome, I'm Rita Kering Chabet. The ongoing approval hearings of the principal secretary nominees has been halted. This is after court ordered for the suspension of the exercise until a petition filed by the Law Society of Kenya is heard and determined. Before the order was issued, 8 nominees appeared before the 4 parliamentary committees where they defended their suitability for the positions. Bushebi Jr. reports.
You know, our investment and our engagement in DRC is not unilateral.
The Employment Labor Relations Court on Tuesday issued orders restraining the National Assembly from vetting permanent secretaries nominated by President William Ruto. According to court orders, Justice Nzioki Makau ruled that the process be suspended until the hearing and determination of the application slated for Monday, November 21st. Justice Nzioki barred the principal secretary nominees from appearing before members of parliament from various committees. The order read, and I quote in part, that pending hearing of this application inter partes on 21st November 2022, a conservatory order does and is hereby issued restraining and or barring the respondents from receiving or, if already received, the list of nominees, barring the process, vetting or in any way proceeding or processing the nomination for appointment and or appointing the first and 51st 5 interested parties herein as principal secretaries as communicated via a press release dated 2nd November 2022. End of quote. The petition by activist Frederick Bekeri claims that selection of 51 persons by President Ruto for vetting and approval by Parliament as PSS lacked inclusivity and regional balance. It read, and I quote, the said list of persons appointed to the rank of principal secretaries does not reflect nor ensure gender balance, regional balance, tribal balance, inclusivity of the marginalized, contrary to the tenets of good governance as demanded by Articles 10, 54, 55, 56, and 57 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. End of quote. Also, in the filed case, the Law Society of Kenya has challenged the list of nominees, arguing that it lacks gender, ethnic, and regional balance. It said, and I quote in part, on the impounded list of 51, 13 are Kalenjin from Rift Valley, 13 from Central Kenya, which is to the detriment of the other 40 tribes and communities in Kenya. End of quote. In a separate suit filed by businessman Stephen Kariuki Maina, he alleges that one of the PS nominees, Sylvia Nasela Muhoro, was not among the 585 applicants interviewed by the Public Service Commission between October 12th and 22nd. Maina says the entire process is unconstitutional and urges the court to nullify it. The National Assembly on Monday, November 14th, began the vetting of President William Ruto's 51 principal secretary nominees. Nominees who have been vetted so far include Chris Kipto, Treasury PS nominee, Dr. Julius Korir, who is Cabinet Affairs nominee, Raymond Omolo, who is the Principal Secretary nominee for Interior, James Muhati, the Economic Planning PS nominee, Ambassador Julius Bitok, Citizen Services nominee, and Peter Tum, Medical Services PS nominee.
It is pursuant to Head of State's agreement and resolution to the East African countries to engage in DRC. So we are not doing it unilaterally. The countries agreed, the head of states agreeing. So the commander-in-chief in our country is doing, and what he's doing is in pursuant to that agreement.
On the situation of migrant workers, Kenyans who are working in other countries, particularly Saudi Arabia. I think number one, what we will do differently, or rather, if I may characterize the problem, it is my understanding that part of the problem actually starts here. It starts with the way in which they are sourced.
In what is a blow to President Ruto, the LSK on Wednesday, October 12th, petitioned the Employment and Labor Court to suspend the plans for the establishment of the offices of Chief Administrative Secretaries.
If they do so, tomorrow, when they are wronged and they go to court, they would have participated in perpetuating a culture of impunity and disregard to court orders.
The LSK stated in the petition that the plans to establish the office of the CAS are likely to cause financial strain to many Kenyans, as they will be forced to cater for extra wages for jobs that can be done by an already established office of the principal secretary. The PSS vetting will be done by various departmental committees. The various committees are expected to table the reports on the approval and disapproval of the principal secretary's nominees not later than 24th of November.
I, Peter Kiplagatum,
for Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Bushabi Jr.
Departmental Committee on Health.